Many things are under the sky. Yes, really many things. And for sure, many things are also under the sky of my beautiful city, the city of Rome. We know that, of course, in Rome there is a very, very special place. A place that is maybe considered like the heart of our city. And this place is the Vatican. The Vatican is at the center of the world attention, and its relation with media is often not easy. I want to talk about this with my very good friend, the Vaticanist Angela Ambrogetti.
I think that the confusion comes from some wrong interpretation of the words of the Pope Francis, because generally we must imagine that a Pope speaks in a very correct way, but the interpretation of the words of the Pope often are very confused. And so for this, in the Curia, overall in the Curia, there are some different parties. It's not so correct to say parties for church, but in some way this is the reality.
Yes, there are different parties that try to impose their own opinion on the others. So, all this ping-pong between the parties give the impression that the church sometimes may be a little broken. Is this impression true?
No, I don't think that church is broken. In some way, it's possible to say that the way to communicate of the Curia, of the hierarchy, is not correct. Cardinals often they speak so much, too much, and for this journalists can use his words in a wrong way, in a not correct way. In a way not correct, and this is the problem overall.
Yes, as we know, men are men and journalists are journalists. But how is possible to teach the cardinal not to fall into the traps of the journalist?
Cardinals have to learn, according to me, to have relation with media. And this is not very easy because cardinal bishops generally are used to organize other things. For this there is a confusion because often they don't know, they don't distinguish the media that are correct with the word of an interview and so on, and the other media.
Probably to have two popes to deal also does not help the confusion.
But Benedict XVI is very discreet, very silencious. It don't take any position, it doesn't exist in a certain way. But it's also very useful for Pope Francis because Pope Francis the same. He said that for him Pope Benedict is a grandfather and so on. But for the faithful, for the lay people, for the church in general, it's completely new. But I think that is good. This is also the possibility to imagine a collegiality in the future, also for the Ministerium Petrino. This probably is a new possibility, and we, the theologians, must study this situation. And we must try to learn that the Church is one and the Pope is overall a function, un ministero, and not a person. Would be useful also to understand that the Pope is not a VIP person that is famous and so on, but is a function, a ministerium. Would be interesting, would be also useful, I think.
So many problems to deal. How a Vaticanist can fulfill well her or his duties?
Trying to find the truth also behind the strange things. So the work is this: trying to find you the truth. It's not very easy, but during the year I also learn to do this. The experience is very useful in this case.
Angela has a very long experience as a Vaticanist. She writes books, articles in several newspapers and medias. She worked for Vatican Radio, and she is also the editor for a very popular Italian Catholic blog called Corazine. You may be curious to know how many people are following this blog in Italy.
Generally, we are 25,000 for a month, but we are only in Italian. We don't have any advertising, anything. So we use just social network.
It was nice to meet my friend Angela Ambrogetti in the Vatican and to talk about Vatican things, as we always do when we meet. The job of the Vaticanist is today not very easy, because we are in a very difficult moment of the Catholic Church, a moment where the Church has to face new problems, new challenges, and new situations.